Hello friends, Patrick here. Long time no talk. Wanted to make a quick update because I found some news. I haven't been posting videos because really most of the information that's available out there is above my head, and there's not really a lot I can contribute to the conversation. But there's a couple of things I wanted to share with you that I think are really exciting, and the first one is from Shakepay, talking about they're launching everyday payments. So Shakepay Canada saying everyday payments. So Canadians are going to be able to direct deposit, pay a bill, e-transfer funds to friends, and you can receive your paycheck directly into your Shakepay account. This is coming. You could automatically convert part of your pay into Bitcoin. And the big one is making everyday payments by paying bills, and then you can send e-transfers to friends. So your Shakepay account is going to have all the functionality of a typical Canadian bank account, and that's going to be coming soon. So I think that really is huge because it's going to allow Canadians to basically live in Bitcoin, to really adopt that Bitcoin standard of getting away from fiat currency and having, living within a sound money framework. So I think that's huge going forward. And if you're not on Shakepay, I highly recommend it. The only other option I see in Canada is Bull Bitcoin. I tried their platform. I really wasn't too impressed. The big push they have about it is that it's non-KYC, that you can buy through a Canada Post if you want to. I tried. Me being a boomer, I couldn't get the no KYC function to work. So it still required an actual Zoom call to verify identity. And in fact, when you think about it, I'd rather have KYC. I want them to know who I am, because the more they know who you are as the on-ramp, the more you're protected, in my opinion. And people say, "Oh, I want my privacy, want my privacy." I'd rather go through the KYC. I want to be totally connected to my account so that somebody else can't come in and replace access to your account. And Shakepay's got two-factor identification, very secure, as secure as your Canadian internet banking. So I think Shakepay is the way to go. I got nothing against Bull Bitcoin, but it just wasn't a comfortable platform for me. So I'll put a link to Shakepay if you haven't already, if you're not already using it. And the other thing I wanted to mention is about the Mount Gox payback that they're doing. That there was 850,000 Bitcoin that was hacked from Mount Gox, and apparently they were able to recover only 142,000. So those huge amount of Bitcoin, over 20 billion worth of Bitcoin is out floating somewhere. We don't know where, but apparently they've been able to recover 142,000, and they're going to distribute those. They were going to be redistributed until by September, end of September. Then they said end of October, and now they're saying end of October 2024. So they've delayed repaying those by a year, but that is comes out to about $3.7 billion worth of Bitcoin that they've recovered, and they're going to be redistributing. So I don't think it's a huge amount. Whether they ever get access to this extra 22 billion that seems to be missing, these 700,000 Bitcoin that is still missing, that remains to be seen. But I think that by extending that over a longer period of time, probably have less impact on the market. But it reiterates my guess that 2025 is really going to be the year to see the Bitcoin price expand. That's when the banks are going to get on board to compete with the early adopters like Shakepay. Either they're going to buy Shakepay outright, and that'll just get absorbed into a major Canadian bank. If so, you're going to have 5 or 6 banks fighting over getting ownership of Shakepay. So that company is going to skyrocket for sure. I don't know if they have any plans to go public. It's a private company, but they're doing everything right. And I think 2025 is really going to be the year that we see Bitcoin adoption explode, at least in Canada. But if you haven't already done so, you can sign up. They have a waiting list to introduce this new everyday payments program. And so they got points, and they might have some little freebies for you and stuff like that. But I signed up for the launch of this everyday payments, and just being able to pay my bills via Bitcoin and getting on that completely independent Bitcoin standard, I think is going to be a huge plus, especially when we see the governments of both Canada and the United States just spending money like drunken sailors. It's going to devalue the currency. The inflation is going to continue to rise, and I think Bitcoin will be a strong hedge against inflation in the long run. So that's all good news, and that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you today. I don't think I'll be adding too many videos to this account because, as I say, most of everything out there is already being covered and spoken by people who are a lot more eloquent than I am. I've been watching British Hodl, Michael Saylor, of course, and I've been going through the older, about year-old videos from Jason Lowry. I think those are very valuable to get that angle on what he's talking about. If you haven't heard of Jason Lowry at all, he's the guy who wrote the book Soft War, which eventually was taken down, and his ideas are, I believe, are extremely powerful. So that's what I've been up to, and if you have any new ideas, please feel free to share them with me. I'm all ears because I'm learning, and I'm just starting to try and understand Bitcoin the best I can and use it as an everyday currency moving forward. So thanks a lot for watching. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. We'll talk to you again. Take care. Bye-bye now.